All right, cool. Your name is. Please write your character's name and hit enter. Yes, it is a dark, a spooky one. Darker neon. You live in the city of what you may call it. I am a guy. Conform. Select two traits. Traits unlock additional paths and dialogue options. Oh, well, that's good. What's up, Brando Ninetails? Let's say empathic, tough as nails, the pinnacle of fitness, and impose. Yeah, that's definitely not me. Well, tough as nails. Yeah, I've been told that. It's always nice to be off work, right? Imposing presence. Strange and unusual. Many people have called me that. You can talk to animals, and animals can talk to you. A gift and a curse. Good at lying and hard to lie to. Fast talker. You can read people, read the room. No door can hold you. I know that feeling, Ninetails. Extremely good looking, a natural flirt. People just like you probably because you're a good person. Well read, rational, possess a wealth of esoteric knowledge, and know when to use it. Talented researcher. Well, I know that one has to be one. I'm just trying to think. Should I go with, the talk to animals, the gift and a curse just for fun? Sup, Green Jeans? Right. I get that, Rando. I get that, my name is Glitch. Things happen near me. Context? Oh, this is a new game called Scarlet Hollow, and we're picking traits. You have as much info as I do. So far, they asked me my name, what town I live in, and now I get to select two. And whether or not what gender identity I have, and I get to select two traits. I know I'm relatively book smart. You're eating chili dogs. Now that's nice. Nerd. Yes, I am. Book smart. I read a lot. Street smart. I mean, a lot of that is part of me. I don't glow in the dark, but I am good at jump scaring people. So let's go with street smart. Yeah, chili dogs sound good. Funnily enough, I was describing those to CT today. Um, you look so far ahead, LJ, that you forget to look what's close. So we shall confirm these. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long lost cousin, the bad news, The 26 hours of bus rides, oh, I feel so sorry for me. With countless late night stops and seedy depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the ticket. The funeral of Pearl Ann Scarlet, your cousin's mother, and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Yeah. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So, anyway, as I was saying, oh no, he's still there. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first, you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one sided conversation ago. Hey, don't describe me. Don't describe me. I was up in Maryland, looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. You're a jerk. I, I really just want to click on this one. Are you serious? What's wrong with you? Are you serious? What's wrong with you? Heh, yeah, I was such a shithead back then. I'm still a bit of a shithead, but hey, Po Buddy's nerfed. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she's going to call the cops or whatever. It was just hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess it really was mad and not just planned. But she kept swinging, and soon enough, she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked, so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. I don't care who you are, what stage of life you're in. This is not how to meet a significant other. Yeah. I would be scared that she's just trying to get enough evidence to really bang it to you with the cops. Though, about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like for real, and geez. You ever get so mad you just want to, kill somebody? Though, about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, oh, wait, I already said that. Stop trying to get a rise out of me. Huh? Stop what? Whatever it is you think you're doing right now, you know what I'm talking about. This whole corner a stranger on the bus and try to make them uncomfortable act. I'm not playing along. Yeah, reaches for knife. Yes. All right, all right. Maybe I never really wanted to kill her, even if I threatened it a little bit. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go. I would pitch this guy out of the bus. I'm going to go with the Booksmart one. Maybe it would help if you talk to someone about these feelings. Someone professional. Because you need professional help. I'm not licensed or anything, but it seems like you might have a personality disorder. It might be worth looking into. Yes, now is the time for defenestration. Right? Nah, I don't need to do that kind of stuff. Bus strangers are the best therapist. I feel a lot better after talking to you. Anyways, where'd you say you were headed? I didn't. No need to be nasty. I was just asking. Not like I'm going to follow you off the bus or anything. So if you aren't getting off at my stop, then you must be headed to Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in these parts. Have a good night, LJ. That's the only other stop until the bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I'd know. Almost nobody ever goes up that way. Though, come to think of it, I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up there in the Holler. You see, and there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. Oh, yeah, something's wrong. LJ, yeah, you need to get that taken care of. Or whatever you can do. I've never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are. Thanks. But my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while. Now that I think about it, I should see if they're on Facebook. See how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die. He looks back at his phone for once focused on something other than me. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you didn't get bored without me talking around to talk to. I will get this right. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're hiding from him. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Tip: sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. Uh-oh. I'm just going to say no thanks. You put your hand up to say no. I'm not really hungry. There's still a good 45 minutes left in your journey, pal. Assuming nothing goes wrong, best to have them on hand. The young man sets the peanuts down on the empty seat next to him. The juices dribble through the bottom of the bag and into the upholstery, instantly soaking it in peanut brine. Ew. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. And just like that, you're alone, the stranger's peanuts soaking into the seat across from you. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. Have a good night, LJ. Don't mind me. Yeah. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop. Its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk, though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. He was gone faster than it took me to describe what happened. Whoa, hi. Hey, darker neon. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from a few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Give her your condolences. I'm sorry for your loss, Tabitha. Yeah, great, thank you. Let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. Whee! It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Tip: dialogue options labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. So far, I'm actually really intrigued by how this is setting up the mechanics. Like I said, I didn't even read into this game. I was just like, oh, this looks kind of cool. How are you holding up? Fine. Right? Like things are just off kilter. I'm gonna go with the street smart one. You don't have to hide how you're feeling around me. We're family, even if we just met. She sighs a particularly heavy sigh. Look, I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine. Really. I guess we're members of the Dead Moms Club. Or we're both members of the Dead Moms Club now, huh? Your cousin turns to you with an icy glare. Maybe this would have worked to ease the tension if it were someone else. But she isn't. She turns back to the road, her expression cold and unforgiving. I think I just lost 2 points in likability factor with her. I can't believe we've never actually met before this. You have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. Eh. I'm going to go with this option. I don't know why my mom left or what kind of grudge she had against this side of the family, but I'm sorry. I wish I'd known about you. Whatever. What's done is done. So the funeral? It's on Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Since I'm here, do you need any help planning? I know this stuff isn't easy. It's actually been fine. I just needed the coffin and somebody to dig a hole. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. I don't know the drive and what the way they're describing that, right? This makes me think of a movie I watched a while back that I really liked. It's called Don't Blink. And I don't know, I just really liked the movie. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. I don't know about you, but any house that like goes right to the edge like that of a cliff, I'm not staying in. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed away, always with an anger beneath her burning words. Sorry, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at the perched as you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. Yeah, yes, one Taco Bell night, and the whole house is coming down. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold and into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive. Each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen, and hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Yeah, this place, no. The architecture here is breathtaking, chateau-esque style reminiscent of the Biltmore estate. Color me marginally impressed. I didn't have you pegged as cultured. Believe it or not, this estate actually predates the Biltmore by nearly 3 decades. It used to be the crown jewel of the region, but times change and the attentions of the masses are ever so fickle. Shall we begin the tour? Follow me. Right? Or even Fix-It Felix. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through the long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. She does? Maybe you should have her come in more than once a week. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Tip, some explore options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. I think I'm going to do the lie one. I've always dreamed of having a kitchen like this. It's so much bigger than what I'm used to in the city. Is that a kitchen island? It is. Thank you. Awesome. I love PB&J. How'd you know it was one of my favorites? That smile can't be real. Wow. That is an excellent smile. I didn't, but good for you. Right. More like the moaning Lisa. Sorry, groaning Lisa. Eh. Is there someone in town to buy food? I might want to eat something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town we can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you. I'm just going to try and be nice because she's going through a hard time. Sweet, thanks. Cool, good talk. What if I want ice cream? Then you can buy yourself some at the general store. If you touch my stash, I will know, and there will be consequences. All right, what's next? Bathroom, follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. There he is. Right there. Boop. Boop the snoot. I'm going to try and pet the cat and hope I can bring back an arm. Before following your cousin down the hall, you decide to pet the cat. She bites you hard and hisses violently. Tabitha sighs. As you've now learned, you should not pet Frofro. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Come on, the bathroom awaits. You once again follow Tabitha through the long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. I've actually been in a house like this. Not this big, but this falling down. Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must, if you must. It's a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. Thank you for that little image. What a wonderful bathroom. I absolutely love it. I've always wanted one of those bathtubs with the little feet on it. It's called a clawfoot. Glad you like it. The bathtub is an extremely valuable antique. Clawfoot tubs aren't that valuable. Who exactly uses this bathroom? Guests. Wait, are you sure this toilet works? Yes, why wouldn't it? The water bills get paid, therefore the toilet works. That's not always how that works. Now do your business so we can move on. I'm just going to remain silent. You silently stare at the monumental task in front of you. Lift the toilet seat. Oh. It's been hours. I'm sorry. And I'm going to have to get used to it at some point. I mean, it's the only bathroom I'm allowed to use. A toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. That sounds dangerous. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot. It has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage. Man, even the person in the back of the picture there just seems done with this place. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure half an hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you better be grateful. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up. But you can use the dresser. It should be empty. This is great. Way nicer than I'm used to. I can't say I'm surprised. Each and every piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique, handed down through the family for generations. Maybe they should have kept up on them. This is not an IKEA bedroom or whatever such nonsense you're used to in the city. Wow, you're mean. So mean. Who used to sleep here? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Many, many people have slept here. And now you'll sleep here, carrying on the fine traditions of bedrooms being slept in. I guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. Yeah, she's mean. And this concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Tip, some dialogue options will open additional conversational paths. Some right away, others down the line. I actually think that's one of the best ones right there. There wouldn't happen to be a library in the estate, would there? I'm not sure what else I should do with my time. There is, but as I said earlier, most of the building is off limits. And the library is in the West Wing, which is extra off limits. You're better off heading into town. I'm pretty sure there's a library there. Where are you going? To work? Somebody has to pay the bills around here. What kind of work do you do? I run the coal mine, same as every Scarlet who came before me. Except for you and your mom. It requires a lot of time and concentration, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't keep me for long. I didn't know we owned a coal mine. We don't own the coal mine. I own the coal mine. Your side of the family forfeited any claim to it years ago. Can I come watch? What? No. The mine is dangerous. I can't babysit you and do my job. Oh God, I am not using the hashtag girlboss. I'm going to try and be nice again. That sounds pretty impressive and exciting. Good for you. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I don't think of it as exciting in the same way. I don't think of cleaning a toilet or painting a wall as exciting. It's a task. That's a healthy mindset. Seems like a good way to look at the job instead of convincing yourself you have to be doing the thing you love the most. It's okay to just have a job. Yeah, exactly. Would I rather be doing something else with my life? Maybe. But I know I had to take over the company, so I think about the other stuff I could be doing. I think she thinks this is a party. Did I do something wrong? You asked me to come to this funeral, but since the moment I got here, you've been acting like I spat in your coffee. What's going on? Was it something I said? Okay, I'm sorry. I've been testy since you've gotten here, but you've been too nice. The last thing I need right now is someone sucking up to me every 5 minutes. Right? Probably literally there, Brando. Please, just stay out of my hair until later, okay? I have work to do. Do you think you could take me to town before you leave? No, it's just down the hill. You can walk there yourself. What am I supposed to do while you're gone? There's a very demanding job I should be getting back to right now. That doesn't include figuring out activities for you to occupy your time with. I'm not your babysitter. Why don't you, I don't know, go walk around in town or something until you get tired? Right? Or maybe somebody boarded up in a wall in the basement? There are historical buildings to look at. I'm sure you'll have a great time. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you. You in this sprawling, decrepit estate. First, I'm going to go get a PB&J, because I guarantee you this guy's hungry. You haven't ate anything to eat all day. The only thing louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. A PB&J sounds exactly like what you need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task, given the state of the place. But the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. To get started, you'll probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, a plate, and knife. No, I already tried that. Search the fridge. As you approach the fridge, right? At least not my hunger. I didn't get this body by, That. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped on the door reading, Janie, stay out, in all caps. Below it, in separate handwriting, are the words, Okie dokie. You open the fridge. You already feel a deep urge to wash your hands, even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handle. I'm just going to take the jelly. I'm not going to take anything else. The words it decides to try and censor. Hey, Ghost, I didn't realize you were here. Thanks for lurking. You reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You breathe a sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. Oh, I just washed my hands. Oh, I didn't really mean to call him out. I was just literally saying hi and thanks for doing. Sorry, I didn't mean to bust your cover, bud. Okay, I already read that. This was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. All you need now is a plate, a knife, bread, and some peanut butter. Better close this fridge and keep looking. If I'm looking for jelly, why did I open the freezer? Oh, banana choco. Ooh, good choice. No, close the fridge. I'm not exploring things I'm not supposed to yet. You return to the kitchen, closing the fridge behind you. Search the pantry, and you better have peanut butter in here. Hey, there we go, peanut butter. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Take bread. You pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great. One step closer to a satisfying snack. Yes, I know what I need. Take peanut butter. GIF. The king of nut butters. And only 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches. Oh my God. Like, that's what I mean. I mean, it was the fridge was open, but then I also opened up the freezer. Like, when you open up a door of a fridge, isn't it double? I mean, almost every single one I've ever had has, at least some kind of double door. Whether over, under, a drawer underneath, side by side. It's always in two spots. The only thing you need now are a plate and knife. Close the pantry. So, fridge and pantry. Check out the garden. No, I'm going to go search the cabinets. Exactly. The cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware, and oddly enough, a jar of utensils. Okay. Yeah, they are. Cockroaches get everywhere. Grab the plate and a butter knife. The last ingredient you need to make your PB&J. Time to get to work. Why would I want to grab any of that stuff? I'm not touching that stuff yet. You close the cabinet and look back to the rest of the kitchen. Make the PB&J. Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you have successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Somehow you managed to get the plate in between the peanut butter and jelly, but you'll figure that out later. You can now feed yourself. A job well done. I don't want to imagine what Rando sees. All of the hassle, and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Quit calling me out like that. I do want to check out the garden now, though. That is one of the approved places I could go. The garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? Explore the garden. You wander further into the garden. It's quiet out there. That's it? That's it? You head back inside and close the door behind you. I'm not approaching Frou Frou. Why do they keep doing that to me? Congratulations, you've eaten and have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? I don't know if this is going to be smart. Wait, what does this do? I can save. So I'm going to save there. And let's see what happens when I investigate the Forbidden Wings. With Tabitha gone, there's no one stopping you from going into the Forbidden Wings of the estate. Except for the locks and chains sealing them shut. Street smart. An insurmountable obstacle for most, but a mild inconvenience for you. As the locks fall, the doors moan open, revealing the entrance to what must have been an incredibly lavish ballroom. Faintly in the distance, you can hear quiet noises of an old piano playing from another room. The Forbidden Wings are yours to explore. I'm entering. I saved right before this. You can see why your cousin warned you against coming here. It's clear that the chaos of nature is doing its best to reclaim this place. Years of detritus, or detritus, depending on how you want to pronounce it, have piled here like gathering leaves, and the tiled floor has been torn apart, destroying the order that once made this place beautiful. The piano you hear from outside the ballroom has grown louder. Whatever it is, it's nearby. Maybe it's just a self-playing model, or maybe you aren't alone here as you thought. As alone here as you thought. I'm going to examine the painting because from my point of view, it looks like a family tree. You make your way over to the painting covering the far wall. It's a family tree. Angry scratches cover the space where your mother used to be. That's not very nice. Oh, right there. Figure out where the piano is coming from. As far as you can tell, there are 3 exits to the ballroom. There is, of course, the door you came through, and on your far right is a door beyond a broken floor, a dead end. Across the room from where you entered is the 3rd and final exit, a glass doorway you can just barely make out behind the pile of broken furniture. You move to explore more closely. As you approach, the playing grows clearer. Without a doubt, the piano is behind this door. Try to clear the furniture that's blocking the doorway. Though you try with all your might, it's just too heavy for you to do anything more than budget. All right, leave this place. Okay, good. We did automatically relock it. You return to the entrance of the sealed wing and carefully reattach the locks. After what you've seen and heard in the ballroom, you weigh how much longer you should even stay in the estate on your own. Might as well head to town. With your cousin gone, there's nothing for you to really do here. You drop your bags off in your room and head out to explore the town. Let's paint it red. If you had ever known you'd wind up having to blah 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 blah. If you'd have known you'd wind up. Okay, I appreciate the good writing, but putting have, known, and having all in the same sentence really screws up. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, You probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If you could, if only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension and maybe an axe, though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for you for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. It's really pretty out here. Ah, okay. It's like a log of the last few things I've. Oh, I can go back. Okay, I guess that's all I have in my journal. All right. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as the guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. Ash, watch how many emojis you use. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane, and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Hey, it's a pupper. Gretchen! Gretchen, come back! Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. A pug! She's so cute! I love pugs. She's so cute. Thanks. She is cute. Sure, most of her teeth have fallen out and she's got a couple of weird growths, but for a 17-year-old, wow. They're not supposed to get that old. But for a 17-year-old pug, that's pretty good. She's 17? That's got to be really old for a dog, right? Oh, I'm sure it is. She's about 84 in dog years. I'm hoping she beats the current record holder and makes it to 19. Or better yet, 20. The more time we're together, the better. Isn't that right, Gretch? But where are my manners? Talking to you for this long without introducing myself? I'm Stella. Stella! It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks. Right, I mean, but that's still pretty darn old. We're talking like exceptions that prove the rule old. But you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? I wouldn't be caught dead at a funeral. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I feel like it's more important to be a little bit more truthful and just introduce myself. Yo, Tomothy. How's it going? Hi, I'm Darker Neon. Oh, you must be Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her, all alone up in that big house. I'm sorry, did you say Tabby? I can't imagine Tabitha ever going by something so. Right. Cute? She did back when I knew her better. It's been a while. I hope she's okay. I'm worried about her too. She's always been a little rough around the edges, but I figured she'd probably be having a rough go of things. She and her mom were really close. To think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself, it'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. How long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. The town's really small, so everybody knows everybody else as far as back as they can remember. Tabby and I got a little close when we were both in school. In the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream, I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was a more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. Sorry, I didn't figure you wanted to hear me drink water. But then she graduated, and that was that. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Oh, hell no. I'm going free food? I'm sorry. But you just got here, Tomothy. Tomthew? Biscuits? Your treat? Hell yeah. Awesome. Let's go. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air, in contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate. The diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. Now, see, this feels much more comfortable. Yes, it was a surprise. I was bored. I'm sorry, XO. I also had a new game. I just, I was bored. I felt like doing something. Didn't mean to take your day off from you. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Screw it. Hi, everyone. I'm Darker Neon, just in town for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth, pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a sideshow attraction. All right, who's talking about gambling? Tom, we've talked about this. We're trying to distance her from the gambling. Come on, man. Stand strong. Looks like your entrance was a little more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Folks around here don't meet many strangers as is, and with who you're related to, well, let's just say you'll be the talk of the town for a while. No, Big Bird bets on the frogs. Okay, you got a point. Hey, Estella, I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They quietly place a cup of coffee in front of Stella. And here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Tip, you can hit the H button on your keyboard to hide text box at any time. Oh, I can actually see the whole thing. Not since Miss Piggy got him? Aw. I know. Anything fancy for you? Name's Avery. I'll be taking care of you today. Why would I? That just doesn't seem right. Order a biscuit and coffee. Could I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they were really good. Best in the county. Aren't you the only place in the county? Just saying. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. That rhymed. They linger after, pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyway, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around the town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral, too, so it'll be a special occasion. It's a shame the reading adventures for kids. I was excited for something to do at the library. Just because it's for kids doesn't mean it's not fun. And Oscar's all about keeping things on theme, so this month it's a bunch of ghost stories. All right, I'm in. I don't care if they're kitty ghost stories. What was that? Scary stories to read in the dark or something like that? I used to read those all the time. I think he's calling it spooky bookies. You know, like how a ghost would say it. I'm gonna be honest. That sounds perfect. That's hilarious. And I don't care if you guys, razz me for it or what. Oh my God, that's perfect. Cool. We should check it out this week. But that's really just an afternoon. Any idea what you want to do for the rest of the week? I think this would be the best one. I kind of assumed I'd be spending my time trying to help Tabitha, but with how quickly she ran off today, I'm not sure if that's enough for a full schedule. Nine Tails? That is an absolute lie. I mean, it's got to be an absolute lie because I don't think October is the only month of the year that you do that. I'm pretty sure it's the other 11 as well. I kind of assumed I'd be spending my time trying to help Tabitha. But with how quickly she ran off today, I'm not sure that's enough for a full schedule. That's really sweet of you, but you're right. That'll definitely still leave you with plenty of time to kill. Have you thought about exploring the local trails at all? I'm usually out there a few nights a week for my job. I'd be happy to show you around. Oh, thanks, Nine Tails. See, that's too much information. You might want to get that checked. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Here's your biscuit. Winnie says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. Thanks, it looks great. Thanks, Avery. It looks great. It was a joke, Nine Tails. I don't really care. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to make a point of order here. The interior of the biscuit should be crumbly, buttery warmth, right? But that outside needs to have that flaky crust so it holds itself together so you can make a sandwich out of it. Because my favorite thing to do is, if I'm not having biscuits and gravy, but say you get a couple of biscuits with your breakfast, pile a little egg, cut up the ham or bacon depending on what you're having and throw that on top. Sandwich it together, munch munch. Breakfast biscuit. I'm not going to respond. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. That would annoy me if it literally just dissolves into butter. I want some substance to my biscuit. That's me, though. This is the best biscuit I've ever had. But you're not too big on biscuits in general. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I was not speechless. I was definitely not speechless. I just had to remember that I'm talking in public. I don't think I actually like biscuits. Like, I know this is a really good biscuit, and I'd eat it again. But if this is the best the world of biscuits has to offer, consider me unimpressed. I did not mean to do it like that. I am sorry. I didn't read the whole thing. Rando, you distracted me. That is all your fault, Rando. Aw, sorry to hear that. To each his own, I guess. I, 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 I feel like an idiot. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So has Stella mentioned she's famous? Ha! Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. That's a long time ago, I think. Yeah, that's all the way back before I explored the garden because I'm an idiot. Hey, I'm going to take this like I take, what the hell in ooh woo? Huh. You're the only person I know who's been on the news. If that's not famous, then I don't know what is. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Ha ha. Oh, what kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. You should really check out her channel, Darker Neon. It's amazing. I think the best video starts with. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. You know, the controversial one. Right? Oh, yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of the footage at the time, but it really wound up doing numbers. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. Two Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. The size and shape of the creature's body tells you it's likely a predator, and it's definitely not a wolf. You seem to recall that mountain lions used to live up here. Who's to say if there aren't a few left? Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own two eyes. Maybe it's a mountain lion. It's definitely got the predator shape and size, and there used to be a population in North Carolina. No, no way. It's absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions left this far east. Sup, ghosty boy? I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found jack squat. And there is no reason for one to be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. Right? And the body is too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. There's always people keeping those things as exotic pets. There's always people keeping those things as exotic pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Yeah, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free, and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commentators for years to come. Wait, is it? Is the Catawba River Runner an actual cryptid? Interesting. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm a huge fan of cryptids. I just like learning about what people see and what they talk about. Oh, yeah, H. Yep. Okay, you finished your bacon finally. Good boy. Girl. Sorry, good girl. Boop. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along? It's pretty easy one this week. It's pretty. My brain. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm going to go after the. Wait, no spoilers. I should probably head back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends anyway. See y'all around. I was once a Boy Scout, almost made Eagle. But I moved before I could take the tests. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. But doesn't the skunk ape live in Florida? Oh, you know your stuff, don't you? I knew you'd make a great partner. It mostly lives in Florida, but there have been sightings as far north as Virginia, and that is true. I know that one. While I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck, playing tug of war with her dog. I had the swimming badge. Mine was archery that I failed on. I could do everything else. Archery was a bad one. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing? Okay, I have ridden on a bus from Las Vegas to Washington. There is no way this guy is wiped out from traveling on bus. You want to get up and move. So I'm going to say absolutely. Absolutely. I'd love to come along. That's great. Been a while since I had anyone besides Gretchen out there with me. This is going to be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple of buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll kind of be like a blast from the past. I miss those two. Our videos were terrible. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together? Though I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, don't you actually, sorry Ghost, I have to make a point of order here. Don't you mean real life now? I think there's a decent chance we could go get him out of his cave if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Okay, wait for me to answer, why don't you? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? I feel like it's been forever. Aw, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or... Okay, if you're really sure, but if you change your mind... Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. He's Tabitha's cousin. I know, yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for Skunk Ape. All right, well, I guess that works. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang, man, that sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I noticed that. I've been kind of curious about that. I just think they're whispering about me. Yeah, I'll bring him. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Did he really ask you to bring me to his house? Why? He's excited to meet you, of course. I think you'll find most folks in town are. Unless you're the cops behind us. Is he okay? He's not feeling well, that's all. He's had a lot going on in the past, 10 years or so. But I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. Maybe. Mayhaps, good sir. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh, what is the name for that? I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation. Hikikomori? Hikikomori? Shut in Japanese. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious. You'd love him. Yes, agoraphobia. I'm aware of agoraphobia. I was meaning the Japanese word for it. Because Japanese don't have, they don't necessarily have uh, argophobia. They just don't want to be around people. It's more of like a people phobia. We should swing by his place sometime this week. That'd be nice. I'm sorry. I'm a kind of person that just likes to go. Like I'll meet new people. I have no problem. That'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome. I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendships can wait. We got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Yeah, I would have got another Spark, but they stopped making the car, which annoys me. And all the used ones I think are too expensive for the amount of miles on them. So we can get a pretty decent deal on basically a clone of the same car I have out there that I already have. So I'm going to have two of them, and I like driving it. So, and I think it's technically going to be a safer car for Tater to take back and forth because she's going to continue going Sunday nights and then coming back Thursday nights. They're going to continue the roommate situation because they're cool with it rather than having to drive the 2 hours. I mean, that was just getting too much. And I think that's a much better idea in my personal opinion. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. No, I'm going to leave a. Of course, I'm going to leave a tip. I didn't pay for anything. They gave it to me free. Got to do something, right? I mean, you don't just take it for granted because that's how I would feel in that. Right? And especially since they're really cool people, they live in a really nice gated community. I think it's awesome. And she likes the people. And I mean, this person kept saying, like they made friends early, like quickly. And this person kept saying, hey, if you ever feel like too tired, I have an extra room, you can just crash. So it's like when it became more of a long-term thing, it's like, okay, we're going to have to pay a little bit of rent here, and they were really cool about how much to pay and all of that. So, yeah, it's all going to work out pretty well. Besides, I've already vetted them. I know where they live. I know what they do for, a living. Yeah, I'm pretty good. You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. A fiver for free food? You would have spent more than that on the coffee and biscuit. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table, inconspicuously. Oh, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure. Stella turns to leave the diner, with you following close behind. Ooh, that's a kind of a cool view. That house, that is not long for this world. One good snowstorm, and that wing is gone. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town. But as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. Precarious is the least of what that is. Capricious wind will throw that around. Throw that around. Around. I'm having trouble talking today. All right. See you soon. You're in a new place, far from civilization. This town is civilization. Really? You're in a new town, in a new place, far from civilization. All of the above. I mean, especially since the town, these are the people that run the mine in town. They should understand unstable geology. That is unstable geology. The wind has literally worn that smooth. Back to the story. You're in a new place, far from civilization, and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. You feel, come on, man, new people, new experiences, more alive than you've felt in years. The fall breeze passing through the leaves, the orange hue of the setting sun, painting the horizon, the promise of excitement ahead. You don't. You literally demolish the house because there's no saving that. It's in Virginia, if I remember right. I don't have burlesque music. I'm sorry. You feel alive. The fall breeze passing through the leaves, the orange hue of the setting sun painting the horizon, the promise of excitement ahead. It's been a while since you felt this in the moment, this present. The world around you feels almost magical. We're in a mythical Were a mythical creature to actually manifest in front of you, it would fit perfectly in this world. That pug, Gretchen, is a mythical creature. It's right there. See? Right there. Boop. Pugs are cute. Even if there is a lot of negatives to be had with pugs, I still think they're cute. The only thing you could really do in this situation, Ninetails, is literally, well, no, because there's nothing underneath. Like, you'd have to go, I'm going to guess about 250 feet to have, like, poles stabilize. And that's still not going to be stabilized very well. I mean, the material stresses would be huge, and you'd only be putting it off for maybe 5-10 years. So what I would suggest doing is literally getting a backhoe up on the more stable section that you can drive up and using the arm to pull the wing down towards the more stable side. And I would literally drive poles into the more stable area that's back here, drive posts down to stabilize that, and inject concrete. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record. Since last year, at least. Right? You know how they. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet, until the next summer, which always finds a way to be much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Dun dun dun. I think I see him. He's right there in that blackened spot. I smell him. Of course, Gretchen's looking over here, so I'm probably absolutely wrong. Yes, I smell him through the screen, can't you? Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? You know, like ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing? Sorry, I keep forgetting to use the right voice. Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? You know, like ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing? Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck, though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity, and I just noticed her t-shirt is the Mothman. Mothman. I thought she was wearing a Batman shirt for a second. I think that's cool. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. My absolute favorite cryptid, even though I think that the proof of him is absolutely shaky, and I also just realized that Gretch moved. When all said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. I'm just saying, Mothman has the shakiest proof. Uh, You look at the descriptions of what they describe, and it's a particular type of crane. I'm sorry. I'm a huge believer that there are things out there that we just haven't classified yet or seen. But every place that has mentioned Mothman, it's cranes. Like cranes live there. Like because there was the evidence in Chicago, and it's cranes. I'm sorry. I want the idea of Mothman to be out there because I really think that he's the coolest looking one.